What's up, guys? Welcome back to Customs of the Week. I'm Jason. This is Dillon.
Howdy, guys.
This week's episode is going to be on the top superhero customs of all time. For those of you who are new to Customs of the Week, this is a weekly segment where we pick our top favorite upcoming artists. This season, we went with an overall theme. For example, this week's episode is all about our best superhero customs. Last week, we had a pretty cool Jordan 3, Jordan 3 of all time. Yeah. And we want to get back into really just bringing back the spotlight to these upcoming artists that we find through Instagram. So that'll be in 3 weeks because we're taking a week gap. So be on the lookout for that when we return back to season 3. But for now, let's just get right into the episode.
So first off, we have a pair of Man of Steel Jordan 4s done by Freaker Sneaks. And man, oh man, these came out absolutely awesome. I think he picked the perfect base shoe for these. Starting off with the Fire Red 4, you get a lot of red hints naturally in the base shoe, which is always good when you can have a base shoe that already builds into your design. And then he dons most of the upper with this awesome matte blue, and then he has this really cool texture, kind of weathered effect on the midsole and the back tabs. He also retooled the back tabs with the Superman logo. Just a lot of great stuff going on here, man.
Yeah, like you were saying, I think the best takeaway from this is the fact that he made it look textured. And when you make something like textured, it's kind of like the shoe came that way. It doesn't even look like a custom.
No,
so
it doesn't.
Really, really great job on these.
And that tongue tag, man, with the Superman Jumpman. Ooh-wee, that's crispy. Crazy great details on these.
So next up we have Marshaled with a pair of Spider-Man Jordan 4s. Right away you could tell he took his time with these, man. Like all that webbing in the front, all that line work, you could tell he really just sat down and like just took a couple hours, maybe just did the whole webbing on the entire shoe.
Right.
And then when you look at the back of the shoe, you would think that he had custom back tabs for these, but they're actually airbrushable, so it did really well job on these.
Yeah, when you look at these, you could really pull away 3 main textures. Obviously the red where you get that natural spider webbing, the blue from the suit, and then like you said, that back tab. So just breaking these down into those 3 simple textures, but how crazy they are and how long these probably took. I think this is just one of the best Spider-Man customs because of how simple it is when you break it down. You know what I mean? He didn't overdo it with anything. The ratio of blue to red to the webbing on the back tab. Just a crazy great job on here. Alright, and so next up we have Diversitile with a pair of Iron Man Dunks. And, you know, when we were picking these out, I think one of Mosh's most popular customs might be his Iron Man LeBrons. But I think that the Spider-Man pair that he did that we just talked about was even better because of how simplistic they were. And then when you come to these Iron Mans, you could see where Mosh got a lot of inspiration, in my opinion, since these are a lot older. I love the breakdown on these. There's just so much great texture. This literally looks like Tony Stark's suit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, definitely. I think that's a great thing that Diversitile was able to do, is take those textures and put it into the shoe. With someone like Diversitile, you know he didn't need to throw a big Iron Man graphic or logo on there.
Right.
The shoe kind of just spoke for itself, and when you looked at it, you could tell it is what it is.
Iron Man shoe right away. You know what I mean?
Definitely.
There's a time and a place for big graphics and stuff, but when you can capture all of that with just playing with textures, great job.
Next up, we have Security with an Air Jordan 5 Smash. I think kind of like the pattern that we're seeing is these textures, you know, like if you're able to just add, like kind of like you could run your finger over and you could feel something.
Yeah.
And that's really like the biggest takeaway from all these customs. That's what makes it a great custom.
Texture.
Kind of like it comes out of like kind of like the company made it like that. You know, like Jordan released this Smash 5.
It doesn't have a large graphic on there or anything. So like you said, man, when you can accomplish that where you almost feel you're gonna run your finger across the shoe and have that effect, that's crazy. So like for example on these, on the toe box, you have what looks like a muscle texture, you know what I mean? And obviously with the Hulk, this is a pattern that Secure D has done on a lot of shoes, but on these it fits so well because it literally looks like that muscle texture. And then you have that peeking through the back with the purple. Obviously it kind of looks like there's some muscle peeking through the Hulk shorts. Like there's just a lot of cool details when you really look at these. And then obviously the cracking gravel or concrete near the middle panels of the shoe. Awesome work with these. Alright, and our last pair that we're going to be talking about is a Batman and Robin pair of Jordan 5s done by our local Chicago buddy AstroTurf. And I really like these, man. These obviously have that old school feel from the first Batman TV show. The pow, kabow, wow, you know, all those banging noises and those graphics. And it was really loud and it was really colorful. And these bring that to life. You know what I mean, man?
Oh yeah, definitely. These look like a collectible item.
Yeah,
like something
for
you would
sure.
go to a convention and you would want these.
Yeah.
And to just to put them in a case and shelf them up.
I think there's a lot of cool paint tricks featured on these. I know, obviously, looking at them for a little bit longer. Brad was able to successfully play with some metallics and pearlescence, and that's how he was kind of able to make some of those pow and, you know, type graphics kind of subtle but still really there by, you know, mixing different shades of blue, different shades of yellow on the Robin pair. So just an overall really clean job with these.
Thank you guys for sticking with us to another episode of Customs a Week. This is episode 9, so next week we'll be doing our season finale. We kind of have something in mind what we're going to do already, so it should be a pretty cool episode. If you haven't yet, make sure you go check out the previous 2 videos we just posted. One was on dyeing laces and the other one was another custom cleat chronicles. As always, we're open to hear new ideas that you guys have. If you guys want a new video, a new 2-minute tutorial, a full out tutorial, artists for us to review over at Customs a Week, so make sure you leave the comments below.
Yeah, I think that a topic that we've talked about doing before that might be really cool is kind of having a bunch of different artists send in their work and kind of having us critique it or tell them where they could possibly improve. I mean, we get sent, you know, DMs and emails and stuff daily kind of people asking just for feedback and stuff. So it might be pretty cool to do a video idea out of that, you know what I mean? So that might be something that we do soon. So like Jason said, guys, keep sending us those suggestions. The dyeing laces video that we did earlier this week was one that we had a lot of requests for, so we definitely take all the feedback and suggestions that you guys give us. So go ahead and give this video a like if you haven't already. We would greatly appreciate it, as it really helps this segment grow, and it's really cool seeing this segment grow, man. Like I said, about to wrap up our 2nd season. I don't think we had any idea it would get this far, you know what I mean? It was kind of like, let's do it a few weeks, see how it goes, and it's super cool to see it grow. It's like one of our little babies watching it grow, so super cool to see. So thank you guys for that. If you aren't already, make sure you're subscribed to the page, and we will see you guys in that next video.